how to get started trading and use this platform to get educated to make money for the long term.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and I want to do a video about how to get started trading and the things that you need to know about trading to get started. First off, if you are on this journey and you're learning and you want to get involved in the Discord room, there is a link in the description below. I advise people, if you're starting out and have questions, there's tons of people who are brand new on the Discord room ask questions. Just be prepared to learn. I just tell people this, all the time. It's not easy to be good at trading because the emotions are their problem. But one of the things that people, for some reason, just I don't think they understand what's, sometimes the gravity of what they're doing is, think about the top level of anything in the world. And the analogy I like to use is, hey, you're given a basketball and you think that by having a basketball now you're good to be, you can go play for the Lakers, you can go play for the Knicks, you can go play for any team in the NBA, let alone you could go play for college basketball, and that's not the case. And ultimately what trading about is learning how to manage probabilities, learn how to manage your emotions, and let your bank account / broker account, whatever, be the true mirror. Because again, I have a lot of people who I've traded with, and even my own lifetime trading, I might think I know everything about the market, but let the bank account speak for itself. Let the trading account speak for itself. Being humble in the markets is the key. Like, just because you make a bunch of money trading at first, I always tell people that's the kiss of death. Winning big at a casino the first time you gamble will bring you back in to lose again. They always say there's beginner's luck, and there really is. And if you think you are smarter than the market and you're a beginner, you are going to get blown out. And that's just a matter of fact. Everyone's been blown out. I've been blown out before. It is what it is. Like, you have to learn your risk management and managing your emotions. The only way to do that is through how you handle losses. And again, if you win big off the start, congratulations. Maybe take most of that money out and start over. But think of this as like an education. Don't let your tuition bill be too expensive. Try to get a free education. And that's why I'm here to help. So let's jump into that. Some of the first things I'd look into, books-wise, is Reminiscence of a Stock Operator by Jessie Livermore. It says Edwin Lafleur, but if you actually, that's his pseudo name or whatever. But apologize for congestion, getting over COVID. That Omniville. It's a good book because it was written actually many years ago. I think it was first published in 1923. And someone's gonna go, wait, you're recommending a book from 1923? And guess what? In trading, nothing's really changed. It's just the tickers, people's emotions, people's attitudes to trading, people's gambling, fear, hodl, whatever, all that stuff. There's nothing new. It's all the same. It's just now it's bigger, quicker, faster. And so understanding how the markets work and the market makers work and how the market makers are the casino and, we're playing against the house and how the odds all line up. It's a really good book. I know it might be 9 hour listen, but 10 hour. Every time I listen to that book, man, I pick up something. And the reason I pick up something is because it's a long book. It's very detailed. And again, most of it's not even necessarily about like how to specifically trade, but it's the mental mindset. Because Jessie Livermore actually blew up himself and committed suicide in the end. And a lot of it was because, you can realize he didn't take his own rules. And so the thing that I always was taught is smart man learns from his mistakes. Wise man learns from other mistakes. Like, you want to learn from this guy because he literally was the first big dog of trading. He was Warren Buffett before Warren Buffett, but he was like trading. He wasn't like just investing like say Warren Buffett does. You can just buy and hold. Like, this guy was actually trading. So on that note, let's get into some more deeper stuff. Next thing I recommend is volume price analysis. I used to have a TradeView room about it, and they cut me off because they didn't like how I made fun of people using all their stupid indicators. Because I tell people, volume and the price action tells you whether there's a demand or not. If you read Japanese candlestick trading, I can't Stephen Bigelow. I can't remember who it is, but anyway, it's a book about the price action and candle formations based on rice traders from tens of thousands, thousands of years ago, and how the rice traders would chart the price action in a sense that this action would show emotion. Well, it's good to know the emotion of the chart candles. Again, a lot of people use that as learning, and again, you can see some of like the formations and the action, which is great and all, but ultimately the volume matters. And I always tell this people, like, this is a great book. Anna Coulling really explains it well. And think about it, volume is demand. If something does not have demand, does it have true momentum? If something doesn't have true support, demand, is it ultimately going to go up or down? And also too, think about demand after a move occurs. At the beginning there might be more demand. As something rises in price, it loses demand, right? Because people want deals. I mean, there's tons of things in the market about that. And so hopefully understanding the price action with a volume at price, because like, for example, like on my charts, you'll notice I always have, it's on the left, volume at price. I want to know what price everybody was getting in. I talk about, for example, Apple recently was one of the great trades we had, and it was wait for the trend line to break, this green trend line, and the volume to expand. Well, look, you took out the trend line and the volume expanded. That showed you demand. Like, that's classic market fundamentals. And again, it's not always a certainty thing. And I always tell people, like, you're playing probability. So there will be trades at bottom without demand, because maybe it's just sold off for so long. The price has dropped for so long, and so much time has passed that there's no one left to sell. Like, that's another circumstance. So anyway, read her book. I think you'll have a good understanding of what's going on with that. Man. Here are like her rules. They're pretty simple. I'm not going to stay on them. I'll let you find it in the book or come to the Discord room. Next, some of the education stuff. Now, again, this Urban Forex guy, I can't remember his name. What is it? Anyway, great video. Give him props. Like, mastering support and resistance. Like, levels matter. Think about it in your mindset when you look at something. Like in your mind, like, at this price it's overvalued, at this price it's undervalued, or at this price I think it's a good deal. I mean, whatever you want to describe it, but price matters. And when you start seeing stabilization of price, like support and resistance, it becomes important to know on any time frame, but also just in general, because if support equals resistance or resistance equals support, whatever, the levels matter. That's ultimately what you're trying to find, is because in the track of a stock going from A to B, there's going to be multiple points in between where it doesn't go up, it backs off, it goes up, it goes backs off. Finding these levels and knowing them and using them as yard markers to gauge the next move is really important. And we talk about that a lot with support and resistance. And maybe example would be silver, for example. Like, this is insane. Like, if you go look at the monthly, you can see very clearly, like, this blue zone is support equals resistance. It was resistance in the past. Once it broke over, it was good. It was resistance and support for a while. It was resistance, broke through it, now it's been support. So once you can identify these levels, they're yard markers. So for example, like, if you wanted to buy silver right now, you can buy it right here and have a tight stop and you minimize your loss. Like, that's the kind of understanding of true support resistance. So I hope that helps and makes sense. Here's some of like my notes about years ending in particular numbers, some of the seasonality notes. I mean, I've got tons of stuff because I've been trading off, I would say more on for trading for the last 20 years. When I was off, it was because I was taking breaks from trading because there's no reason to trade. I mean, I tell people that sometimes, like, sometimes there's nothing to do. Sometimes the markets go dead, they go sideways, you get into these points where you make some money and you're like, I don't need to trade every day. Anyway, I hope this kind of stuff helps. Again, keep in mind, like, there's daily market recaps here. Every day I try to do a recap. It might be 10, 15 minutes, but it's worth listening to. I have all the back to basic videos about anything that you might come across, whether it's, again, these are things that you probably don't even think about because you haven't been trading, but like, why are the last three and first three trading days of the month, why they matter? Like, does money moving into the market, like, how does that affect the market? How to write covered calls, evening star signals, doji patterns, beginner trade chat, back to basics, upcoming tech war. The winner is, that's a big video. Options expiration, aka ChopX. Like, what is all this? Again, imagine, let's go back to the basketball analogy. You got a basketball, you're going to the gym, and now you're like trying to play the game, and you don't even know like what the positions are and what the rules are. Like, that's what this board is for. So I hope people can understand that and appreciate it. So again, you have daily recap, back to basics videos. I have my trading alerts, things that I'm interested in watching. And I get in the money making room. We in here are kind of bullshitting, hanging out, always talking about stuff. So if you have questions, this is where you come ask. And if, you know, the worst case scenario, I can't answer, someone else will. There's friends of mine that have been with me trading for a long time. They're always looking to help out. And again, it's more of a family thing. And I tell people ultimately, like, my goal is to grow traders that also see the market for what it is, but also understand, like, if you can know your emotions and handle the market well for yourself, then you can help other people out. But also, if you have a group of these kind of folks, it's like having a great team of basketball players to win the championship. Like, there's friends of mine in here, when they post a trade, I don't even think twice because I know they've done the homework. I look at it, 3 seconds, I'm pulling the trigger. Sometimes it might be that quick. So that's the kind of stuff we're into. Again, I hope this hits home and maybe feels like some part of you needs a little bit of coaching, or at least an upfront stance of where to start, because ultimately in trading, the goal is for you to be separated from your money, not to make money. Like, that's what the brokers are for. That's what the market's meant for. It's meant for you to lose money. It's a casino. So I hope this helps. I look forward to talking and meeting with you at some point. And if you have questions, again, stop by the Discord room, leave a comment, please subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.